All right, when you guys recommend a video to me titled One Woman, 17 British Accents, like, I'm checking this out. I don't even know how it's possible somebody could do 17 different accents. Even like the American accent, like I would be able to maybe pull off like a Southern accent or like a New York accent, but I'm not gonna embarrass myself trying right now. So this is coming from Anglophenia YouTube channel. This video is 11 years old and it has 11 million views. 1111, make a wish. Isn't that how that works? I don't know. All right, so this looks really interesting, and yeah, I'm pumped for this. Smash like button. Let's just dive straight in.
The UK is incredibly diverse in terms of accents, and it just so happens that I can do many of these accents as my party trick. So come with me as I take you on a guided tour through all of the accents and archetypes of Great Britain. Hi, I'm Siobhan Thompson, and this is Anglophenia. And what I'm speaking right now is RP, received pronunciation, or, you know, your standard BBC English. It's spoken across the country, generally by upper middle, and upper class people. Think of Martin Freeman, Benedict Cumberbatch, or, you know, most of the presenters of BBC News.
Yeah, it's like really, really light. Almost like an American accent. Obviously different, but just like slight touches that are a little bit different. It's crazy.
Good evening. It's 9 o'clock and this is the news. I'm very important. Heightened RP is generally only spoken on film and television now. So you're going to think of Nell Card or the Dowager Countess in Downton Abbey. Oh, Gerald, I do love you, but you're so terribly, terribly poor. Now, London is the accent that most people outside of Britain can recognise. You know, that classic lock, stock and two smoking barrels. Get out of my pub. Go on, get out of it. Shut it, you tart. East Anglia is a flat, boggy kind of place with a...
Well, she's going like through these pretty quick.
You tart.
Trying to think of what that... Oh, gosh. What is that? What is that show that's on Netflix? I watched a couple of episodes of it. Was it Peaky Blinders? They're in London, right? I know that's in like the... What is that? Like early 1900s or like late 1800s. I don't know. It's been so long. I watched like 2 episodes years ago. I don't remember, but that's what I think of when I think of like English from London.
East Anglia is a flat, boggy kind of place with a flat, boggy kind of accent. I love to give you an example of somebody that comes from there that speaks like this, but they all lose this accent as soon as they can. Stephen Fry's from Norfolk, but he doesn't speak like this because he's posh. Here's a kind of classic kind of East Anglia phrase. I done dropped my computer in the fan and it's broken. Now let's go across the island to the West Country, which is a much rounder sound. It's farmland full of sheep and cows and apples. Think of like Sam Gamgee from The Lord of the Rings or Hagrid from the Harry Potter movies. Oh, you bloody kids, get off my land! Or, oh, Mr. Frodo, don't let him turn me into anything unnatural. And then when you go down to Cornwall, it gets a little bit more piratey. So, hoist the mizzenmast, Squire Trelawney. Now, Southern Welsh is this great sing-songy kind of an accent. Think of Tom Jones or Richard Burton. You know, rage against the...
It's like rolling the R's a little bit. Kind of like in Spanish, but obviously in English, but still kind of like putting that emphasis on the R.
Jones or Richard Burton. You know, rage against the dying of the light. Bloody hell, I love Dylan Thomas. Northern Welsh is where the singer Duffy is from. It's a breathier, thicker kind of an accent, and most people from there speak Welsh at home and English is a second language. So, you know, diolch yn fawr.
Wait, what did she say they speak at home? What did she say?
Breathier, thicker kind of an accent, and most people from there speak Welsh at home and English is a second language. So
Welsh at home. Am I gonna have like a dumb American moment right now? What is Welsh? I mean, I know kind of like the Welsh people. They have their own language as well? I didn't, this is news to me. Maybe it's been cut. Maybe that, do I remember that? I don't know. Is that what she said? They speak Welsh at home.
Diolch yn fawr. From there, speak Welsh at home and English is a second language. So, you know, diolch yn fawr. Now, across the country to the West Midlands and Birmingham, it's a very nasal kind of an accent, mostly on account of all the industry that went on in that area. Cat Daly, who presents So You Think You Can Dance, is from there, and so is Ozzy Osbourne, you know. Sharon, where's the bloody remote? Yeah, that voice that he does isn't because it...
There's like no like break between the words. I guess that's what, like, American English is so much different than English English. I feel like it's a little sharper, whereas all these accents with English are much more like, they kind of just flow together. And I'm saying I like it. It sounds really, really cool, but it's just so different.
Drugs is just where he's from. Aaron, where's the bloody remote? Yeah, that boast that he does isn't because of drugs, it's just where he's from. Scouse is your classic Liverpool accent. The Beatles are from there, and so's Paul McGann. They were also made European Capital of Culture a couple of years ago by the EU, so don't tell me they're not cultured, alright? Up into Lancashire, and think of Christopher Eccleston or most of the cast of the Downstairs in Downton Abbey. Daisy, get those buns out the oven before they burn. Oh, Mr. Bates. So, across the pen.
First of all, I also want to say she's doing a fantastic job, like, switching between these. Some of them, I'm not really picking up too much of a difference. Others, though, are, like, way, way different. That's kind of crazy. I didn't know that there was this much of a, like, wide variety of accents across, like, the UK. That's absolutely mind-blowing. I thought maybe, I was like, oh, there's probably like, I don't know, like 3 or 4, probably up north they speak a little bit differently than down south. And that's kind of how it is with us as well. But yeah, we have these little pockets where like you get these crazy accents.
Yorkshire. It's a much kind of... So, across the Pennines to Yorkshire, it's a much kind of flatter accent from Lancashire, and they cut off a lot of the words. So I'm going to Pub Up Hill. Think of Sean Bean from Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones. One does not simply walk into Mordor. So in Northumberland and Newcastle, he's speaking a Geordie accent. So, think of the Geordie Shore or Carol Cole. Remember, she got fired from the X Factor because nobody could understand a word.
Did she just say Jersey Shore? Kidding. I know she said Geordie Shore, but sounds very similar to Jersey Shore.
Geordie Shore or Carol Cole. Remember, she got fired from the X Factor because nobody could understand a word she was saying. Or Billy Elliot. All I want to do is dance bally, but me dad makes me box. Edinburgh's the capital of Scotland. It's a very soft, maybe a little snooty kind of an accent. Think of Ewan McGregor or Dame Maggie Smith as Professor McGonagall. That's 10 points taken from Gryffindor, Mr. Potter. Glasgow is a much thicker kind of an accent. Billy Connolly and Peter Capaldi are both from there. They cut off a lot of the words, so I haven't any butter, so I've got to go to the shop, And so up to the very north, to the Highlands of Scotland. Think of Amy Pond from Doctor Who, or maybe Sir Robert Burns. The best laid plans of mice and men, gang after glee. Now let's go to Northern Ireland, and it's all about the vowels with the Northern Irish accent, like, how now, brown cow. Liam Neeson is from there. I've got a very particular set of skills.
What? Liam Neeson is from Northern Ireland? This is news to me. I had no idea. That dude does an amazing American accent. I guess I've never really seen him do like an interview before. I've only seen him in movies. Have I ever seen him with an accent in a movie before? I don't think so. I mean, obviously he has an American accent. That's what he's playing. But I don't think I've ever actually heard his Irish accent. My mind is blown from that. Holy shit.
Liam Neeson is from there. I've got a very particular set of skills. I know he doesn't say it in that accent in the movie, but it sounds well called, so, And finally, Southern Ireland is obviously not a part of the United Kingdom, but I can do a Dublin accent, so let's just do it. It's a pretty classic Irish accent with a lot of assonance to it. So Sinead O'Connor's from there. Nothing compares. Nothing compares to you. That is all from me. Tell me if there's any British accents that I missed, because I love a challenge. Don't forget to subscribe.
There's more.
And thanks
more
for watching.
than that. I bet you there probably is more accents than that. Some of them, though, were like fairly similar, especially when she was going from like one location to the next, and it was like pretty close. It was like, yeah, I can kind of tell a little bit of a difference, but for the most part, it's very similar. But except like if you go from up in Scotland down to London, like that sounds way, way different. Or over to Northern Ireland or down in Ireland. I know it's not a part of the UK, but yeah. Pretty nuts. Interesting. Really, really cool. All right, I appreciate you guys recommending that to me. That was a lot of fun. So any more fun accents than English? I guess it would only be the UK that I could check out, because no other European countries have English as their first language. I don't think. Pretty sure. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. Other than Ireland. No, I don't think so. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.